Very good evening, students. Welcome to Jatadhara Educational Technology Program, and this is a coaching classes conducted for NMMS Test 2024-25. All right, now let's move on to today's topic. Today we are going to do mental ability. What comes next? All right. Yeah. Let's move on to the topic. So today we are going to do mental ability. In that, what comes next? Now your first question is, you can see the diagram. So in that, we can see we have a small square. So that we have a circle. Then below that triangle. And the next one, the triangle has moved clockwise. So the triangle is now, when it moves clockwise, now the triangle is on the left hand side. And in the third figure, again moving clockwise, the triangle is in the topmost. And what could be the next position? So what comes next? All right. Yes. So being the first sum, let's do it for you. 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, let me change the color of the pen. All right. So you can see this is clockwise, right? And the other way is the anti-clockwise. So now this is moving only clockwise. So when this moves this side, this is moving towards the anti-clockwise, right? So the circle is moving towards this side, see here. And after that, it is moving towards the anti-clockwise. So it moves here. So what could be the next position? Again, moving the anti-clockwise. It could be, the circle should be here, isn't it? So the circle should be here. So where do you find the circle here? And the triangle would be towards the upward position. That is right. So this could be the possible option. So this could be the next after the third figure. Let's see the answer. Yes, it is option C. All right, students. So it's simple. Actually, you need to know whether it is moving clockwise or anti-clockwise. So here being the anti-clockwise, so the circle moves and along with the triangle also moves. All right. Yes. See the next question. We have circle and 3/4 and after that 1/2 and after that what? Okay. So 30 seconds time can be given. I'm just seeing the time. So with this 30 seconds, I'm sure you will be able to find the answer. All right. So your time starts now. Let's see how many of you are able to complete it, right? And that too with the correct answer. All right, students. So it's very simple one. So here we have the full circle. And after that, see the circle, almost 1/4 is cut. And in the second and in the third one, we have only half the circle. And what could be the fourth? Half of this, isn't it? So half of this, that too, it should face like this only. So the possible option could be option A. So if you had opted for option A, then your answer is correct. All right, now let's move on to the next question. Here we have a bracket kind of figure, whereby the first figure has one facing down, the other facing up. The second we have, it has been moving clockwise. Okay, see what is clockwise here? Yes, it is moving clockwise. Okay, it is moving clockwise. So while moving clockwise, you can see that the opening bracket is like this, and instead of one, we have two, and the left hand side, we have only one. And in the next clockwise position, so we have the opening here and another line, that is these two. And instead of one, we have two, isn't it? So what could be the next? Again, moving the clockwise position. What could be the next? So it's actually very simple. Moving clockwise is easy, no? You can just think ourselves what could be the next one. So your 30 seconds has already started. So try to complete the answer and try to get the the correct option, whether it is option A, option B, option C, or option D. So your time is almost done. All right. So your correct answer should be A, right? Because you can see here, it is moving down. So when it moves clockwise, it would be standing, isn't it? So it would be in the standing post. All right. Now see the next one. We have one horizontal line, and the next figure shows two horizontal lines, and the third figure shows three horizontal lines. All right. So what could be the next figure? All right. So your 30 seconds is going to start. So try to complete it. And what should be the next? It's simple, isn't it? So it should be +1. That's it. That is, it should be 4. How? In the horizontal. Right? Yes. So I'm sure you would have guessed the answer by now. Your 30 seconds is going to get over. Let's wait for the completion of the time. And yes, so your 30 seconds is done. So your option, the correct option should be option C. All right. Yes, now with this, let's move on to the next question we have, whereby the circle is inside in the first figure, right? And if you see here, your 30 seconds is started, students. This is for those who are, finding it a little difficult. For them, we are trying to help, right? So others who knows the answer can think and arrive at the answer. All right. So here how many sides we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So now this circle becomes the inner becomes the next outer. All right. So here 6. So next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So outside we have 6. Next we have 5. And the next we have 4. All right. So what should be the next? It should be 3. Obvious, isn't it? So earlier, the circle which was outside is now inside. Now, the circle which is inside should be outside, isn't it? So the circle which is inside should be outside. Yes, that is one hint that we have. So out of 1, 2, 3, we need to select any one. But how? It should, inside it should have a 3-sided. So what is 3? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5, this is 4, but this is 3. So therefore, your option should be triangle, that is triangle inside the circle. So your option must be option B. All right. So if you had opted for option B, then your answer is perfect. All right. This is how we actually think and arrive at your answers, arrive at the answers. All right. Now let's move on to the next question. Here we have a figure which shows one horizontal line, and below that 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 curved lines, right? Yes. So those who can find out the answer and, they can think and then they can quickly arrive at the answer, and your time is already started. So here we have 4 curved lines. Then it is reducing to 3. Then it is reducing to 2. So the next one must be 1. So where all you have the option? We have the option A with 1. We have option C, right, with same 1. Now, among this, which should be the answer? So how do you find out that? That's so simple. See, upside you have 1 line, the first figure. In the second figure, you have 2 lines. In the third figure, you have 3 lines. So in the fourth figure, you should have 4 lines, isn't it? So your figure should be like this and with 1. So where do you have? Not this. So this should be this. So option C is the only correct answer. All right. So if you had opted for option C, then your answer is perfect. All right, students. So I'm sure you must be enjoying this mental ability sums, isn't it? All right. Now let's move on to the next question. Here we have 1, 2, 1 second. Yeah, let me just count the figures, sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 6-sided figures, right? So this is being moved anti-clockwise. So this is anti-clockwise. All right. So when you move it towards the anti-clockwise, the second figure should be this. Still moving it to anti-clockwise, the third figure must be this. And still moving it to anti-clockwise. Right? So that is a clue that I can give it to you. So you can just imagine and then draw where should this small circle and the inside circle should be. All right. So instead of here, it should be here. That's all. So it should be option D. Let's see what's the answer. Your 30 seconds is already done. Perfect. So your answer is D. If you had opted for option D, then your answer is correct. All right, students. Yes, with this, we are moving on to the next question. All right. So here we have, this is again moving towards the anti-clockwise, right? So anti-clockwise, see, clockwise is this, anti-clockwise is this, isn't it? So this is moving this side. So this is perfect. And again, it is moving this side. So this, right? Now, what should be the next? Right? So facing left, facing down, facing right. Next, it should face up. That's it. Easy, isn't it? All right. So it can face up. So in that also, you have two options. So which should be the correct one? All right, students. So which should be the correct one? For that also, you have one understanding. See here, we have a triangle which has three-sided figure. After that, we have a square which is four-sided figure. And after that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your inside sides are increasing. So 3, 4, 5. The next must be 6. So among these two, which is a six-sided one? See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Just a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So 1, 2, 3, once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So both are six-sided only. But the only difference is how it is facing, isn't it? So how these sides are coming, right? So it cannot have both the sharp edges together. So this is what we have found. In none of this, you have the sharp edges together. So it should be option A. All right, students. So very small difference with this. Actually, we are choosing option A. So when you tilt the figure, so you arrive at this. But in this, how many sided figures? The next must be six-sided, isn't it? All right. So it should be option A. Fine. I'm sure you all must have got convinced. Let's move on to the next question. So again, this is clockwise, right? So if you move the figure towards the clockwise, right? So clockwise is this. Then like this. Okay. So when this is moved towards clockwise, it moves like this. Then when it is moved towards this, it is here. Then again, when it is moved towards, right? So where would it go? That's the only thing that you need to find out, right? And here also, 4 lines are there. See, 4 horizontal lines. Next, it is being jotted down to 3. Next, it is being jotted down to 1. So the next must be option 1, isn't it? So you have only 2 options. That is option B, option C. So in this case, you can easily find out with one thing. See, the first figure, it is shaded or brightened. And the second, it is not there. So third, it is brightened. So fourth, it should not be brightened. So it should be option B. Because when you turn it to the other side, this should be the correct answer, right? And moreover, this cannot be the correct answer because when you turn it to the clockwise, so this cannot be the answer. So in all possible means, only option B could be the correct answer. So if you had opted for option B, then your answer is perfect. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. All right. So here you have three figures, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So what should be the third one? I mean, next one. It should be three-sided, right? So I'm sure this you must be able to do it. Let me give you time, 30 seconds. Your time has just started. So this kind of sums is very easy. It's a real cakewalk for you. Only thing is immediately you should think. See, one thing you should either see whether it is clockwise or anti-clockwise. But in this case, there is no clockwise or anti-clockwise. So you should see the number of sides. Sometimes the sides may increase. Sometimes the sides may decrease. So in this case, the sides are decreasing, isn't it? So it should be option C, right? So if you had opted for option C, then your answer is correct. All right, students, now let's move on to the next question. Your option A, your first figure it shows. Yeah, we have 4 lines. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So the second one you have 1, 2, 3, 4. But the straight line you have 1, 2, 3. Right. And the third one you have 1, 2, 3. But in the top one, it has been reduced to 3. So what could be the next possible answer? Is it option A? Is it option B? Is it option C? Or is it option D? Right? Yes. So actually it is simple because the first one has 4. The second one has 3. That is horizontal line. Second one has 3. Third one has 3. Right? So the fourth figure, it must reduce. So it must have 2. Isn't it? So with 3 standing lines. So let's see. Your option must be D. Yes, perfect. Yes, so your option is D. If you had opted for option D, then your answer is correct. All right, students. Yes, now with this, we are moving on to the next question. All right, so we have a circle whereby we have 4 small dots, which is being highlighted, right? And in the second one highlighted is taken. Instead, non-highlighted is being attached outside. In the third one, out of 3, 1 is taken, right? So 2 is attached outside. So what should be the next one? Instead of 2, only 1 it should have, and 3 outside, isn't it? So your 30 seconds is already started. So students who are able to quickly do it can do it. Yes, let me just tell you here again, you have a circle. Now these 2 is gone. So you should have 1 highlighted somewhere, any place, either here or whatever, right? Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, right? So where do you have this? It cannot be inside. Only 1, only 2, and this is also wrong. So it should be option D. Let's see the answer. Yes, it is option D. If you had opted for option D, then your answer is correct. Okay, students. So I'm sure you would have understood how to choose what comes next. How to choose the correct answers from what comes next. All right, now let's move on to the next question. We have this figure whereby this is being clockwise moved. Okay, right? So this is being clockwise moved, right? And see the next one. So in the first one it is top, second one it is here, third one it is here. So fourth one it should be here, isn't it? So only the down part must be highlighted. Right? So let me again tell you, first figure it is top. When it comes to the second here, this one, third one is here. So fourth one, it should be here. Isn't it? So where does that shows? Only in option C. All right, students. So it is option C. If you had opted for option C, then your answer is correct. All right, now let's move on to the next question. You can see the first figure whereby your triangle is facing up. The second one is highlighted. Third one is not highlighted, but instead of 2 lines, we have 3 lines. So what should be the next one? The next one must be highlighted, isn't it? So here instead of 3 lines, it should have 4 lines. As simple as that, isn't it? So I'm sure you would have got this. So the basic thing is you should know how this has been framed. Okay. Right. So now we are highlighting this triangle and this standing line. And this is common throughout. But here, if you see 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. So next should be 4 line. So where do you have this? So this should be option D. Isn't it? So if you had opted for option D, then your answer is perfect. All right. Yes. Fine. So we are moving on to the next question. Again, this is being moved. Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? So it is moved towards the clockwise, isn't it? Yeah. How the clock moves is clockwise. Okay. If you see here, the circle is coming this side in the second figure. Then the circle is coming here in the third figure. Then the circle must go to this side, isn't it? Right? And where should the star be? In the opposite side. Right? So where should the star be? In the opposite side. So if, let us draw here. Right. So here, the circle is coming here and the star should be in the opposite side. All right. So where do we have this figure? It is only in option B. So let's check for the answer. It is option B. All right. So if you had opted for option B, then your answer is perfect. All right. Now let's move on to the next question. In the first figure, it's like a, weighing string. So whereby in the first figure, only 1 is there. In the second one, the left hand side, 2 is there. And in the third one, 3 is there. So the next one, it should have 4. Isn't it? All right. And let's see which one is the correct answer. All right. So it should have 4. And in the right hand side, it should have only 1. So that we should be very vigilant. See, the left hand side, you have 1, 2, 3. So the next must be 4. So that is, this is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this should be correct. The right hand side, you have 1, 1, 1, and it should be only 1. See, this also you have 4, but here you have 2. So this cannot be the correct one. And moreover, see how the direction it faces. It is facing exactly the mirror image. So this is not correct. So everything should face like this, isn't it? Yes. So your option C must be the correct one. If you had opted for option C, then your answer is perfect. All right. See the next question. Right. So here you have one figure. Your standing line is 3, sleeping line is 3. And in the second one, your third line is being moved towards half. And 1 line is extended. Right? And in the third one, the second line is also made into half. And the third line is still extended. So what would be the fourth one? All right, students. So what would be the fourth one? So in fact, actually, this is simple only. How? I'll tell you. The first line, all 3 are same height. The second one, the first one is made short, right? And of course, the second one is also made short. And the third one, what it should be, even the third line should be made short. And instead, this line must be extended. All right. So the possibility of this is only option A, right? So that should be the correct answer. All right, students. Yes, let's move on to the next question. You have a leaf whereby the veins, the left hand, the first figure only one is there, and in the right hand side you have two, and in the third figure you have three. So in the fourth figure, the right hand side should have four, isn't it? So that should be the correct option, right? So let us draw here for you, right? So this is the veins. So first figure you have left, one left, two right, next three left. So the next should be four right, isn't it? So where do you have four right in this? It should be option C. Let's see the answer. Yes, it is. If you had opted for option C, then your answer is perfect. All right, now let's move on to the next question. Again, it's like a clockwise, but now it is moving towards the anti-clockwise. So the arrow is moving left, then it is coming down. So where should be the next one? It should move towards the right. All right, but unfortunately, all options, the arrows are only facing right hand side. Right? Yes. So what could be the correct answer? So this I'll just try to get the answer from you students. So 30 seconds I'll give you. Think and tell me whether you are able to get the answer. I've given you the clue. It is moving towards the anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise is this, like this. Okay. So first it was facing up. Then it is facing this side. Then it is facing down. Then it should face up. Right? So facing down, then it should face towards the right hand side, not up, right hand side. So what would be the correct option? Is it option A, B, C, or D? Right? Yes. So one thing you should know, when it goes to the next side, see, it's a very tricky question. Let me tell you, it's a very, very tricky one. See, this line is constant. You can see everywhere this line is constant. So this line is not moving. Only this line is moving. Okay. So first time it was facing up, next left, and next down. So next it should face here only. So both the lines should be here only. So your option D must be the correct answer. So if this really strikes you, then your mental ability sums, all your sums would really fetch you full marks. All right. Yes. See, it is option D. Right. So one hidden points is there. So we need to understand. Otherwise, we'll choose a wrong option. All right, students. So I'm sure you would have understood this. With this, we are moving on to the next question. Right. See the figure, how it changes. The first one, see the second one, and see the third one. So what could be the next correct option? Right? So it should be similar to the second one. Your fourth one must be similar to the second one. So you can see the directions. All right, your 30 seconds is already started. Let's see how many are able to click the correct option. All right. Yes, your time is almost going to get over. Quickly choose the correct answer so that we can move on to the next question. All right, it's almost done. Yes. So your time is up. See, the option D is the correct one. All right. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. We have a figure whereby it earlier, the first one, it is facing up. Next, it is lesser than. Next, it is facing down. Right. So what should be the next? So up, left, down. Next, it should be right. Am I right? It should be right. So right means it should be either option A or it should be option B. Right? It cannot be option A because See, students, each and every point you should note. The first one is together. Second one is long distance. Third one is together. And fourth one should be the long distance. So here, so up, okay, left, down. So it should be right. And where should the small dot should be? It should be here. So this line is just for your understanding. All right. So it is option B. If you had opted for option B, then your answer is perfect. All right. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. We have in option A, the highlighted triangle. And the second one, it has been moving anti-clockwise. And third one, again, anti-clockwise left hand side. So fourth one, it should face upward, isn't it? So see here. First is right. Second is down. Third is left. So fourth should be up. So you should have this circle, then the highlighted one. Let's see how many of you have chosen option D, right? Yes. So here, the first one, square is not highlighted, right? Second one, square is not highlighted. Third one, square is highlighted. So the fourth one, the square should not be highlighted, isn't it? Yeah. Fine. So not this. So the square must not be highlighted. Instead, your circle must be highlighted. So like how we have in figure 2. All right, students. So I'm sure you would have understood this. How option D is the correct one. All right, now let's move on to the next question. So we have a wave like whereby it's actually reducing, right? Sorry, it has been done. How? See here, 1, 2, 3, right? 4. So the second one you have 1, 2, 3. Third one you have 1, 2. Okay. So the next you should have only, this is 3. So the next you should have only 2. So that is why you have this 1, 2. That is why your option A is correct. All right, students. So I'm sure you would have understood this. All right. Now let's move on to the next question. Here, you have a circle whereby you have 2 nose. I'm sorry, 2 eyes, 1 nose and 1 lips. And see how the figure, where it faces. So that alone you should understand and then find the next possible figure. So your 30 seconds is already started. Make use of it. Choose the correct answer. Is it option A, option B, option C, or option D? Right? So it should be option. It should be option D. Right? So whereby your nose circle is not highlighted, correct? And your cheeks is highlighted. Okay. So option D is the correct one. If you had opted for option D, your answer is right. See the next one. Here we have the highlighted triangles is first one is 1. Second one is 2. Third one is 3. So fourth one should be 4. Isn't it? So where do we have 4 highlighted one? Right? So you should be really clear in this. See 1, 2, 3. Next should be 4. See here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4 highlighted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highlighted. 1, 2, 3 highlighted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highlighted. So, but what is the correct answer for us? Right? So 1, 2, 3. Next should be 4. So your option D must be the correct one. Yes. So if you had opted for option D, then your answer is perfect. All right. Yes. See the next question. We have the first figure, see the second figure, and see the third figure. What could be the fourth one? So I'm just giving you 30 seconds time for you to think and give the correct answers. Your time has started. Yes, just now your time starts. So try to give the answer, which should be, sensible answers, right? So I'm sure you will be able to understand and give the correct options. So your time is running, 15 more seconds is there. So we are also running short of time because few announcements has to be done. So let's quickly do it. All right. Yes, your time is done. So your correct answer should be option B. All right. Yes, because it is moving towards the anti-clockwise. That's all. Very simple. See, what is anti-clockwise? Now, right hand side is moving towards the up hand side, upward. So like this. Next, again, it is moving towards left hand side. So the next figure should be down. So that is why see, both are down. Right? So that is why your option B is correct. Let's move on to the next question. Yes, so even this, students, you can do it where you have a triangle. It is being moved towards the clockwise direction. Right? So your triangle is right hand side. The next one, it is moving towards the middle. So where should be the next one? It should be towards the down, isn't it? All right. So with this clue, I'm sure you will be able to give the answers. All right. Yes. So quickly give your answers. Choose your correct answers so that we can move on to the next question. All right. So here, your correct answer is option C. All right. Now let's move on to the next question. In the first figure, you have only 3 lines. And the fourth one, the second one, you have 4 lines, which makes a square. And in the third figure, we have 4-sided, but 1 cross, right? So the first one, you had 3 lines. Second one, you had 4 lines. Third one, you had 5 lines. So next should be 6 lines, isn't it? So the next should be 6 lines. So where do we have 6 lines here? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this should be the correct option. Option C. All right, let's see whether option C is right. Perfect. All right, students. I think with the next question, we'll finish it off. We have more sums and we'll try to do all these sums in the upcoming classes. All right. Yes. So see here in the first figure, you have 3 triangles. The second figure, again, we have 3 triangles, but in the upward, 1 small circle is missed. And the third one, 3 triangle reduces to 2 triangle, whereby your upward circle is not reduced. All right. Yes. So now you can choose your correct answer. So your next must be 1. That's it. And here the reduction is done either downward or upward. The first figure to the second figure, it is only upward. The second to the third one, it is only downward. So next, only upward is reduced, downward is going to be the same. So it should be option A. All right. Yes, perfect. So it is option A. All right. Yes. So with this, we'll close today's classes, but I have few announcements to be done, students. Right. So just a second. Let me stop sharing it. Yeah, 1 second. Here, Navodaya exams, it has been, the last date to apply is 23rd, right? So 23rd of this month. So those who are in class 5, they can apply for this. So 23rd is the last date. So you can also refer about this to your friends so that they can also register and they can also apply for this and get benefited. So I again repeat, students who are in class 5, they can apply for this Navodaya exams. So the applications are there. So the last date for applying is 23rd of this month, right? And by the after 23rd, it will get closed. So try to apply it before 23rd. This is for those students who are, in class 5 and going to class 6, right? Yes. And other than that, these NMMS coachings are being conducted regularly. And you can always refer about our classes to your friends so that they can also watch this YouTube live sessions, and they can also get benefited by this. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Jatadhara Educational Technology. And for more practices, you can always refer to our previous videos. All right? Yes. So I'm sure you would have got benefited by this, and today's classes definitely you would have enjoyed. And we are becoming little more close to the mental ability sums, isn't it? All right, fine. Thanks for watching.